What's going on, everyone? Tremel from Progressive Action. And I want to jump straight into today's show. So, about a week ago, I posted a video of a bus operator getting jumped outside of her bus. And matter of fact, I want to start off with that video so we could all be caught up to speed. So, check it out.
Video shows the suspects wanted for a vicious attack on an MTA bus
As you
driver
can
in the Bronx.
see,
It happened on
you
a
see two
BX18 bus
individuals
near East
over the
170th
bus
Street and
operator. Look
Walton
like they're
Avenue last
kicking, they're
Thursday.
punching,
Authorities
and
say
they
a
just
man
walk
and a
away
woman got on
calmly like
board
they didn't
and
do
threw
anything.
liquid in the driver's face
And
before kicking and beating the female
I'm
driver
quite sure it's very
repeatedly.
traumatic
They
for the bus
continued to knock her
operator.
to the ground when she
And
got off the bus. The
today,
driver is
we're
expected to
actually
be
going to
okay. The
talk
suspects ran off.
with that bus operator who was viciously assaulted outside of her bus during her course of duties. And I would like to introduce to everyone bus operator Miss H. How are you doing today, sister?
Good afternoon, my brother. I'm broken and I'm hanging on for now.
Got you. So before we get into the story, let the people know uh, what do you do exactly for New York City Transit? We know we already seen the video. How many years you've been doing it? What depot? We can start there.
I have 15 years as a bus operator. I was working out of KB, Kingsbridge Depot, and I can't believe this happened to me.
Yeah. Now a lot of people don't know is that you're also a twin.
Yes, I have a twin sister. She works out of West Farms Depot.
Okay. And how do going through this? How did your sister? How did she feel about what you went through?
She felt the same pain I was going through because after everything was said and done, I had called her and I was crying and I was telling her what happened. I can't believe it was happening. That happened to me. And she consoled me, told me it was going to be all right. And she couldn't believe it either.
Okay. Now I just played the video. Let us know you in the bus operator seat. Let us know what happened exactly because we see what happened outside of the bus and you outside of the bus also. What happened inside of the bus that nobody had the chance to see yet? And what did you experience during this assault?
Well, I just came off my swing, so I was doing my second half. And starting the route, serviced the first bus stop, passengers got on. Now this is on 170th Street in Grand Concourse. Right at the light, cross over the Grand Concourse. The next bus stop, it was empty. Empty. Nobody wasn't there. Nobody wasn't getting off. I kept going. So I looked in my mirror and I noticed, the female, she had flagged me down for the bus. So the saying go, if nobody's there, nobody's getting off, keep going. So I'm sitting in traffic. So I'm watching her booking to the next bus stop and the dude following behind her. So finally I get to the bus stop because I'm in my own little world, minding my business. Get to the bus stop, open up the door. Next you know, I just felt this wet stuff hit me in my face, the right side of my face.
Do you know what it
Or
was?
I don't know what it was. I really don't. I know she had said something. I can't recall what she said because I was in my own little world.
Mhm.
I was looking straight ahead because that's how I drive. I look straight ahead and pay the world around me no mind.
Mhm.
I just felt something wet. I popped the brake, put the bus in neutral, undid my seatbelt, grabbed my bag, opened up the door. I flew off the bus because when that liquid hit my face, I had caught a flashback from an incident that happened um, November, November 19th of 2020, where this guy had threw a fruit cup at me and the juice had splattered all over the place. So I panicked and I ran off the bus seeking safety. Because
So
because of the first incident when the fruit cup, I just sat there, I froze. I was terrified. The second incident when the liquid hit my face, like I said, I did the pop the brake, put in neutral, undid my seatbelt, grabbed my bag, opened up the door. I flew off the bus, trying to run inside the store to seek safety and shelter. Somehow we collided. I don't know. She started hitting me, pulling my hair, punching. I'm trying to defend myself. I got knocked down or I fell to the ground. Next thing you know, the dude came from behind me, kicked me in my back and my neck. A crowd of people. So then it was one person that came to my aid, pushed him away. So then, I got up, and next thing I know, I felt somebody push me. So I had like threw my hands up. It was the dude that came to my aid. So before I can thank him, he was like, "Yeah, y'all come back and finish beating her ass." And I was like, because I was confused, trying to get my bearings and stuff,
Hmm.
and I didn't know what was going on. So after he said that, I just shook my head, got back on the bus, pushed control. Now, mind you, the passenger's still on the bus.
Hmm.
I pushed. I don't know why I didn't push RTT, whatever, but P RTT, but I pushed RTT and made an announcement to the passengers. Bus out of service. I had to make this announcement 4 times
And that was after the whole
after
incident.
I got attacked.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question because I know I've seen this question pop up. Why didn't you stay on the bus or in your seat after you got the liquid thrown in your face?
Like I stated before, on November 19th of 2020, on the Grand Concourse, I was operating the BX1. This guy here threw a fruit cup at me, and the juice splattered all over the place. After he threw the fruit cup, he had dug in his bag and pulled out a can of ravioli and threatened to throw that at me.
Wow.
I
Wow.
froze. I was terrified. I sat there. I pushed, passengers, the bus full is packed. I just sat there. I didn't know what to do.
So let me ask you a question. As a bus operator, when something like that happened to you, do you feel trapped in that seat?
Of
Um,
course.
yeah. So that was the reason why you seek safety outside of the bus, versus being in the bus.
Exactly, because I didn't know what was in that cup, and I didn't know what she threw at me. And like I said, I caught a flashback from the
Yeah.
previous incident.
Fair enough. So all right, the incident happened. Did you go to the hospital? What happened after that?
Okay, so after I made the announcements 4 times for the passengers to get off the bus, it's about 10, 15 of them. One by one, they all got off the bus, exit the front door, looked at me. Not one of them said one word. I stood in the doorway, smoked my cigarette, so somebody in the crowd was like, bus driver, are you all right? I didn't respond. I stood there, held my head up high, smoked my cigarette. A second or two later, an NYPD traffic control enforcer pulled up. He informed me that somebody had called, do I need an ambulance? I told him yes.
So hold
Still
on.
waiting
A
for,
traffic enforcement agent showed up for an assault of a bus operator.
they showed up to the scene first, yes.
Wow. Wow.
And he
So
asked
did
me,
so let me ask you, like, all right, that happened, but did you go to the hospital, anything like that?
yeah, let me finish, my brother.
All right, go ahead.
Um, so NYPD traffic came, then ambulance came. Still waiting for control to call me back. So another bus operator had, now mind you, I'm confused, upset, shocked of what just had happened. And it didn't come, I didn't think to call the depot to inform them of my attack. So then ambulance came. Once I got inside the ambulance and they closed that door, I cried. I broke down. I can't believe what just happened to me. I did nothing wrong. I think a superintendent arrived, and then they took me to Bronx Care Hospital on Mount Eaton in the Grand Concourse. It was Bronx Lebanon back then. They gave me they did an X-ray and a CAT scan of my neck and my head. They gave me a muscle relaxer, Tylenol, and an ice pack because my right elbow was like kind of scraped
Got
because
you.
when I fell. And
Got you.
they gave me paperwork and sent me home. I mean, sent me on my way. The person, I can't recall the dispatcher that escorted me, but he drove me back to the depot, and they gave me the paperwork. I sat there in the swing room at the table by myself, filled out the paperwork. It was one question I was stuck on, so I went back, skipped that, went back, finished what I was doing.
So you had,
Uh,
so let's get this clear. You had no help filling out that paperwork.
Like I said, he dropped me off. He told me he wished me well. He stated to me that he wrote in his report that I was crying, upset, my emotional accident. I'm sorry, the attack. And after he left, I sat there in the swing room by myself, filling out paperwork. And there was one question I had problems with. I was confused. So I was like, okay, I skipped that, finished doing what I was doing, filling out the paperwork and everything. Went back to the question. I was still confused. I answered it, went out to the parking lot, called my twin, called her crying. I was bawling because I was like, oh my God, 15 years driving a bus. I used to love driving, but the morale just, it dwindled over the years. And like I said, to me. I get threats, call all kind of bees, suck my thing, They're gonna threaten to slap me, and
Mhm.
all kind of stuff. Spit at. I never got spit on, but spit at my twin. Experienced the same thing. Threats. It was one time she had. It was a violent verbal threat. She went out for that, and by her incident, I was able to transfer out of the depot I was in. I was in Manhattanville at the time because I just came back from an injury. And I asked for a transfer because I was like, look, I have a twin sister. They haven't caught this guy yet. I don't feel safe. I want to go to KB. Richard Davis, he did that. He did that for me. I gave him that. And I wound up in KB and I've been there for like 8, 9 years.
So let me ask you, at what point for your incident, when did the union get involved? Because I know for a fact when there's an assault in buses, management is made aware of what's going on and union also. And the fact that management showed up and union did not show up, and you said that you was basically in a swing room filling out paperwork by yourself without any guidance, that seemed wrong on all levels. But at what point did the union get involved?
Well, you have to keep in mind this attack happened 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time everything was said and done, I got back to the depot. I think it was like 10 o'clock at night. Um, I went home, took the braids out, got in the shower, got in the bed. By the time that was like 4 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, I received a phone call from a union rep from KB, um, informing me informed me that people was blowing up her phone about what happened to me and asked me what happened. At first, I didn't want to get into it because I was still upset, sore, tired, still in shock. So eventually, I gave in, told her what happened. So then she assists me and going to the doctor. I went to City Med in White Plains,
Mhm.
New York. So she did that. She helped me with that. I
And
give her
who's
that.
that? Who is that?
Right now, I'm not gonna
You ain't gonna
name
say.
names,
All right, that's cool. All right.
okay? But she know who she is. She helped me, and I went the next day, which was May 6th. I went to White Plains to the doctor. They gave me the paperwork. I went back to KB, gave me the paperwork. I thanked her. She asked me, did I have a lawyer? I said, I already had a lawyer. I already called the lawyer because I had the same lawyer from the previous incident. And she told me that if it's anything I need, just let her know. I said, okay, no problem. Probably like a couple of days later, a different union rep, female, called me, asked me, hey, Miss H, hey, how you doing? I'm so sorry, this happened to you. Is there anything I can do? I'm here for you to support. We all here for you. And she also stated to me that she was so sorry that she didn't take my concerns seriously because I voiced my concerns about my safety the threats I was receiving on this particular line, the BX18. And like I said, she said she was so sorry, and she wished that she would have did more because with the food cup incident, I was out for 9 months. So before I came back to work, I was asking my union reps, is there anything else I can do in the depot because I don't feel comfortable or safe driving a bus. So the union rep, she said to me, "Oh, well, I understand, but it's based on seniority, and there's other people waiting in line, I guess, to get work in-house work." I said, "Okay, no problem." So again, she remembered that conversation we had about my safety. So I don't know where she was going with that, but when she said seniority, I knew I'm not in a clique and I don't kiss butt. So that leaves me out the equation. So I knew what that was. So I kept it moving. There was nothing I can do that was beyond my control.
So you don't want to say her name either?
No.
All right. Um, so do you believe that union rep when she said that she wished she could have done something prior, or you think that she was just trying to save face for what happened to you
Safe
recently?
place because again, a few days after my attack, she had called me. This is the same conversation we was having, and she informed me about this new news conference that they was going to have about my attack. Wanted me to participate and everything. So I told her, I was like, I don't know. Um, I don't know about that because I'm still in shock, traumatized, everything. I don't feel comfortable. Okay, think about it. So she called me the next day, asked me again about this news conference. Again, I told her, no, I don't. I didn't want to show. I didn't want the circus because when that bus driver that drove over that overpass in the Bronx
Mm-hmm.
and they did the interview on him, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And Richard Davis standing beside him, looking crazy too. And I was like, y'all not going to use me as a puppet. No, I didn't want that. So I told her I want to remain anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mention my name, my address. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Y'all go ahead. So then Mr. Marshall, he had called me. I believe I had called him and I told him that this union rep was trying to convince me to do this news conference and I tell him I wasn't comfortable. So he stated to me that, yes, Miss H, I told her that stop calling her. Don't call her and ask her about doing this news conference because she's not going to do it. This woman just been attacked. She's traumatized. Leave her alone. And he also stated that her main reason and purpose for pushing to do this news conference was for her own well-being and also to show the others that, hey, look what I did. I got her to
Wow.
do the
Wow.
news conference.
Wow.
That's
So
what Mr. Marshall stated to me. I
wow.
thanked him. That was it. I didn't hear from Mr. Marshall after that.
Wow. So for those who don't know, Marshall is the division chair for Map Store 2. That's where Kingsbridge Depot is at. So this person, this female union rep was doing it for her own uh grandeur, if you would like to say, to make herself look good versus what the true concerns is of
It
bus
wasn't my
operator safety.
concern. It wasn't for my well-being and concern.
Got you. So fast forward, uh I'm quite sure you had to go to court and things like that. Did that have to take place? You go to court? Did you have to pick anybody out of a lineup, anything like that?
Well, I guess a couple of months after my attack, I received a phone call from the detective and informing me that they had arrested them, and he believed he got the right people. I was like, okay, because after my attack, the detective called me, let me know that they're going to do everything they can to catch my attackers. I was like, yeah, okay. So then, fast forward, he called me like a couple months later, informing me that they caught them. So I was like, okay, that's great. So he told me that I had to do a lineup and that he was going to keep in touch. Okay, fine. So probably like a week or two later, a lady from the DA office had called me,
Mm-hmm.
asked me, do I want to pursue the issue and order protection? I was like, yes, because I did nothing wrong. I didn't deserve this. And I'm doing this for myself and my fellow co-workers. So she said, okay, all right, well, the detective is going to call you so you can do the lineup. Okay, fine. So then probably some time went by. A second DA, this was a different lady. She called me, talking about my case and everything like that. I mentioned the lineup. Okay, we're going to let the detective know. Time passed. A third person, another female from the DA office called me, talking about the case. I mentioned the lineup again. Okay, no problem. Going to call a detective. Now, this is November, right? So 7 months later, a fourth person from the DA office from the Bronx called me. Now, this is a guy. Asked me, can I come in to come in to testify in front of the grand jury? Okay, fine. I did that on December 2nd. I went there by myself. Now, mind you, the union rep, the female, you know what? Monique, she, the union rep
Monique who?
from KB. I believe she's a stop shop
No,
student. So
what is her full name? Monique who?
I don't know her full name. I don't really know people by their names. I'm not good with names. I'm good with faces. But I know her by Monique, and she goes by Smiley, aka Smiley.
You talking about Monique Rondon?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I I know I'm all over the place, but I'm gonna go back. When she had called me, she's like, "Let us know we're there to support you. Any court dates and this and that." I was like, "Yeah, okay, fine." But again, I went December 2nd. I went by myself because I didn't want to show. I didn't want the circus. I went in. I testified. I left. I went back home. So then, a few days later, the DA had called me, asked me to. The detective's gonna call me so I could do the lineup. Again, this is 7 months later after the fact. So I went to the precinct. It was a 6 photo lineup, everything. Picked out the people. Now, mind you, I told the officers, the DA, and after the incident, the police officers they arrived too, and they want me to canvass the area, but I couldn't leave the bus. I told them I can't leave the bus there. So anyway, um, the detective finally, I went there, went in the room, 6 photo lineup. So I'm sitting there looking, got my glasses on, I'm looking. So I picked out the two. After I picked them out, I left out the room. I asked the detective, I was like, did I pick out the right people? He's like, no, you didn't. And I was like, oh my goodness, well, is that going to affect my case? He said, I believe we caught the right people and it shouldn't be a problem. And that he was going to meet up with the DA later on that day. I said, okay, fine. I left.
I want to be clear because I understand them wanting, the incident. First of all, the incident happened so quick, the actual incident, and you probably didn't get a good chance to see your attackers, and it did happen 7 months prior to you picking them out of lineup. But let's be clear to the people that's watching, there is video there to for a conviction, right? There's video there. The video is quite clear. I've seen them
Mm-hmm.
catch people with video that was not as clear as the one that they actually had. So I don't really want to deep dive into that part because that part is still ongoing.
It's still ongoing. I was devastated
Yeah,
and stuff, and
yeah,
I was informed that the people I did pick, they looked similar
but we not even go talk
too.
about. We not even go.
Okay.
We
Well,
go.
anyway,
We
I'm
go skip
just
around that. Now I'm going to ask you some questions, right? And I just need a yes or a no. And I want to know, did these people get in contact with you? Because let's make it clear. Yes, it is starting to become commonplace of workers getting assaulted on the job, but
yes.
your type of assault is not that commonplace where you're being jumped, um, attacked by a man and a woman at the same time. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that your type of attack should have got a certain it should have had a certain reaction of people that reached out. So I'm going to name some names and I just want you to say yes or no. Did they reach out? You already named one. What is your division chairman name again? Marshall. Claude Marshall. He reached out.
Yes, a few
Yeah.
days.
All right. Um, Richie Davis. Did he reach
No,
out? No reach out. Donald Yates.
no.
No. So, all right. For me, that's problematic because you have Donald Yates was not the VP at the time. I want to be clear on that, but he is the VP now, and now is when all the action is happening for you. You're going to court. You're not having no union support. Richie Davis at the time was the VP of Map Store, um, and he had a high level position in the union. And there's absolutely no reason as to why he did not personally reach out, because sending Monique Rondon, which I don't even know what her elected position is, and then coupled with the fact that you saying that Marshall was like she's doing this because she want to make herself look good instead of making sure that you're great and you're okay after your vicious assault. I find that to be problematic. One more name I'm gonna name. Richard Davy. Did you hear from him?
I received a letter from him.
All right, I'm gonna put that letter on the screen right now. And tell us about that letter. What did it say and what was the purpose of it? Well, look, I got it on the screen right now. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna read it. So, I got you. So it says, Dear Tasha, I recently learned of a report that you were assaulted while on duty. Any assault on a public servant is outrageous and completely unacceptable. Please know that I take safety and the safety of all our colleagues at New York City Transit very seriously. Everyone should feel safe while doing their job, especially those serving the public. My office works closely with law enforcement agencies, including NYPD and MTA Police, to ensure that our workforce and our customers are safe. We also work closely with prosecutors and the judicial system to ensure that anyone who uses our system to inflict harm on others, particularly our New York City Transit colleagues, is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I want you to know that I and your colleagues at New York City Transit are here to support you. The staff at our work life services and the office of the chaplains are also here to help. They can be reached at, he gives the number. I am grateful and proud of the work you do in service to our riders in our city. If you need any more information about how we can assist you, do not hesitate to reach out to our office or his office or whatever the case is after that. How did you feel after receiving that letter from Richard Davy? You felt it was genuine?
I did. I was touched.
He was touched. All right.
I was
So
touched.
you hear from the New York City Transit president, but you don't hear from the vice president of uh your department. You don't hear from uh the top guy, Richard Davis, in your department, and you don't hear from the union president, Tony
No,
Utano.
Tony. Nope.
Didn't hear from him either, right?
No.
So now fast forward today on, I believe, December 12th, you have to go answer something. What happened while you was out on assault? What is the MTA trying to do now?
Workers' comp fraud.
The MTA is trying to hit you with workers' comp fraud.
The 114A. That's
Yes.
fraud.
Yes. Now, the way that this normally works is that she doesn't know what type of fraud they are trying to say that she did until that court date. So we don't even want to speculate. We don't want to say anything. We go keep people up to breast to what's going on after the 12th. But let me
Yes.
ask you a question. We seen the video once again. You not making it up. You definitely did not ask for this assault to happen to you, right? We don't come to work to get beat up, assaulted, and have our lives altered. You receive a letter from Richard Davy himself, the New York City Transit president. Now they trying to hit you with workers' comp fraud. How does that make you feel?
I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to think. I know my world is upside down. I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my family's life. And I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And I don't understand why. It's like I'm getting victimized all over again.
Do you feel like it's a slap in the face?
Hell yes, it is. Again, I did nothing wrong. I didn't ask for this. I did not deserve this.
Do you feel that Richard Davies' letter to you, do you think that it's a generic letter, or do you think that it was personalized just for you?
I I think it's personalized for me.
You
That's what
think
I think. Yes.
all right, you're allowed to think that. I think that it's a generic letter. I think that they just changed the person address. They just changed their name, and it's a generic letter that goes
I'm
out.
sorry. I get what you're saying now. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. It can be an okie doke. Who knows? But when I first received the letter, I was touched. But now after they charged me with workers' comp fraud, I don't know. The 114A,
Yeah.
I don't know now.
I,
I don't know. I'm not getting the support I thought I was supposed to receive. I'm not getting none of that. And I'm fed up. I'm tired. And like I said, I'm fighting. And I've read the comments. I see the support and other members, bus operators, train operators, conductors, the token booth. They tired. They fed up with the nonsense.
do you feel safe returning to your position as a bus
No, I do
operator?
not. No, I do not.
Hmm. That's, I mean,
I don't think I will ever go back to being a bus operator.
I totally feel your pain. Now, let me ask you a
Thank
question, because this is a common theme while being out on workers' comp. Are you getting paid right now?
I was getting paid
Up until when?
up until September 28th
All
of
right. So
22.
in September they stop, and I'm figuring that they stopped paying you because of the 114A. But just imagine you come to work every day, you serve the public, you love what you do, you get assaulted, they stop paying you, they hit you with workers' comp fraud, you have no support from your union outside of getting your story in front of the media so they can look good, but nobody's checking up on your well-being. Nobody's trying to see how Miss H is doing. And now you got assaulted 7 months ago, and now the assault continue on the side of the MTA with the 114A, right? I don't understand how anyone would want to work for this company after experiencing something that you experienced, because like you said, this wasn't the first incident that you had. You had someone throw a fruit cup on you 9 months ago. Now let me ask you that real quick. Did you get paid during that incident?
No, I was out for 10 months. They didn't pay me. They paid me after I came back to work.
Oh, so
I
they
came
did
back.
they did back pay you.
They did pay me after I
Okay.
returned back to work August 1st.
Okay. So I mean, and the back pay is cool, but a lot of things could happen within that 10 months. A person could fall back behind on credit card bills,
Yes,
on rent.
my mortgage,
Yeah,
credit cards,
it could it,
everything.
could- it could it could mess up your life. It messes up your life.
Yes. And the
Do
payout, they pay out that I didn't get that until November of 21.
Yeah, and the money is not the same because you get heavily taxed when you
Like I
know.
said, I had to refinance my mortgage or my car note. I'm a single mother of three.
Mhm.
I have
And
three children.
these are the things that they don't hear about, that members don't get the chance to tell their stories. You would think that the union would be out
Hmm.
there front and center saying, "Hey, you guys don't see the residual effects of attacking members." I'm quite sure they know, but the union is not putting it out there to say this is what the transit authority is doing to law-abiding citizens, to public servants. This is what the authority is doing, right? Because
Yes.
I could guarantee that no transit worker do not come to work to get jumped and having to run off their bus and thinking that they're going to get killed in the line of duty at work.
No, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, and I want to be clear that you did not do anything wrong. We just work for a company who do not care about our well-being. We are
No,
literally just a number to them.
it's a pass number. They
We,
don't
we,
care.
we're literally just a pass number, because it
Yes,
boggles my
exactly.
mind how you could get a letter from the president of sympathy, but then a few weeks or a few months later. I don't really know the date on that letter. Let me look at the date of the letter.
It was May 6th, I believe.
All right, in May, and then a few months later after that, you're the villain. You're the bad person because you're committing some type of 114A type of fraud. Now, I'm glad that you came on the show. I'm glad that we are getting this type of story out to the members and the public to let them know what's happening. And you do have workers' comp court the 12th, and I definitely want you to keep us up to date of what type of fraud it is, so we could continue to put the MTA on blast. Now, before we get out of here, anything you want to say to the people? Anything on your mind? Anything that I didn't ask you that you want to get out there?
I just want to say is that they stopped paying me without notice, no notification. I'm running out of money. I'm going through my savings. My family is helping me, but they can help us so much. The people I thought that was my friends, they're not there no more. What a joke. I informed my union reps about me getting paid. I informed them. I informed them in October and November up until now.
Okay, so
The union rep, the TWU Local 100, I feel is not there for the members. They're not there to support us. They're not there to fight for us. And it's really sad and it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. And I wish this on nobody. I've been through hell for the past 2 years. My father just died in September. I got post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm on medication. I'm going through it. My oldest child had a stroke at the age of 31, still recovering from that.
hmm.
So I was like, what else? What else can I can I don't know. I'm at my breaking point and I'm fighting for my life and it's not right, it's not fair. I did not do nothing wrong. And thank you so much for having me. I
no,
really do. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate the people that supported me. I've read the comments. The other people that had doubts, I hope I answered all your questions. And believe me, I will keep you informed
no problem.
of
And
my
and,
situation.
and
And
I
please pray for me because I don't know. I don't know if I can hold on. It's getting. I mean, my twin told me, "Oh, Tosh, you so strong. You can do this. You this." But I don't know. I don't know how long.
well, I just want to let you know that you're not fighting alone. You will always have an ally in progressive action. And I seen a member when I first posted the story last week. They asked, "Do you have a GoFundMe? Do you have a GoFundMe?
No, I don't, and I don't want it.
You don't want it?
I appreciate it, but my pride won't let me.
This ain't about this. Ain't this? Listen, this is
I
not about
understand.
pride. It's not
I
about pride right
understand.
now.
I understand, my brother, but for me, I'm a Cancer. I don't know. My emotion changed with the moon.
All right. So if you change your mind,
I'll
just
let
let
you
us
know
know, and we.
if my back gets against the wall. I will let you know. For right now, I'm holding on.
All right, I appreciate it. Well, thanks for sharing your story with us. And like I said, you have an ally in progressive action, and whatever resources I have, I won't have no problem lending them to you to make sure that first you beat this 114A, you get your money back that they owe you, and they put you somewhere else other than a bus operator in New York City Transit, because I don't see how you could go back to driving after this.
No, that's no. I made up my mind. That's definitely not happening. For us, me, hopefully I will win. The money, I was told MTA can still fight me. They can pull in the pills and fight me. So it's no telling when and if I receive anything.
Nah, we go embarrass. Hopefully, this video embarrasses them, and hopefully they do the right thing. So let's see what happens.
Let's see. I'm waiting.
All right. So, like I said, thanks for sharing your story, and keep in contact.
I definitely will, my brother, and thank you so much.
No problem.